Hi everybody, it's Stephen Brooke and welcome to Architectural Photography and Composition. I'm doing this quick video because every semester when my students come in with their new cameras and I've told them, make sure you figure out everything that your camera can do, look at all the functions or whatever. The one thing that they almost all overlook is one of the most important functions of a digital SLR camera, and that is the use of live view. Now, back in the dark ages, this is a picture of me with my monstrous Sinar 4x5 view cameras back in '82. And the reason for those big view cameras, as we talked about before, is that was the way that you could rectify verticals. You needed a machine like that. But one of the important aspects of a view camera was that on the ground glass, in the back of the view camera, you could see exactly what it was that you were going to shoot. And it was an advantage that instead of looking through your viewfinder with one eye, you could step back, you needed a hood of course, and you could see your image with both eyes. And this was really helpful because with both eyes you could look at the ground glass, step away, look back at your building, look back at your ground glass, and any movements that you made with the camera you could of course see in real time. And it was better for composition and better for workflow than constantly looking through your viewfinder and looking back. It was much easier. Now with cameras now, with 35mm cameras now, you can do live view, and the live view enables you to do exactly what we could do back in the day with the view camera, and using a loop to fine-tune the focus on your camera. Now, if this is new to you and you haven't discovered this on your camera, let's go through and I'll show you quickly how you can set this up. Again, if this is new to you, this is going to change your workflow. This is really going to change your shooting life. So the first thing you want to do is cycle through your menu. Hopefully you haven't thrown out your camera manual. Cycle through and see where you can enable the live view on your camera. That's the first thing you want to do. Next, up in the upper part of your camera, and it's usually to the right of your viewfinder, you'll see a little camera icon here and the start and stop button. Make sure that the indicator for this button is pointed at your little camera and not at the movie camera. If it's pointed at the movie camera, you're going to be doing videos. We're only doing stills. And then you push that button and what's in front of you will now appear on your ground glass. So the next thing you do is you want to push the zoom button, the zoom in button. When you push it once, it will activate this little square that you can then move around your image to a place you want to focus on. And if you click the zoom in button the second time, depending on your camera, it's going to increase it 5-fold or 6-fold. And if that's not exactly where you want to be, again, you can move your little square around, click it another time, and depending on your camera, you'll get a 10x or maybe up to a 16x magnification. And believe me, using that with a loop, you will be able to get wire sharp images. Then the last thing you can do is hit it one more time and it will exit to your regular live view. Now, one thing that I do with live view is if I have a bright area, like an open window or something, I will keep my f-stop the same, of course, and keep my ISO the same, but I will dial down my shutter speed to where that highlighted area, the real bright area, is properly exposed. Now, everything else is going to probably be too dark. And I will go maybe 1/3 of a stop darker than that, and that's where I'll start my bracket for my whole shoot. Then I will exit live view. Here's an experiment that you can try. Set up outside or set up inside and just use your viewfinder and focus with your viewfinder only, and then take your photograph. Do the same thing, only use live view, and this is a Hoodman Loop, by the way. I talked about this in one of the earlier videos. I like this one because it has a black frame around it, so if you're doing this out in public and it's bright outside, not inside, it blocks all the sun from your viewfinder. It's like using a black cloth like we used to do. This is really handy. So do that, set it up, and focus with your live view, and then compare the two. The other way you can do it is set up, focus through your viewfinder, then go to live view and look at it again and see how accurate you were. More than likely, when you use your live view and zoom in twice to get maybe a 10x view with your loop, you're going to be able to fine-tune that focus even more. It will be as sharp as your camera and your lens are capable of delivering. Live view is wonderful, takes a little bit longer to set up and do, and you should know it will eat up your batteries a little more. So it's a good idea if you have a big shoot to have an extra set of batteries around that you can just put in your camera. But you'll find live view to be, once you get used to using it, if you haven't already, you'll find it to be an indispensable tool in getting your photographs as wire sharp as you can. So if you like this little video, please give it a thumbs up. Remember, everything that we discussed in most of the videos and then some is available on my ebook, Architectural Photography and Composition. You can get it at StephenBrookePhotography.com. And also, if you're interested in supporting the site, check out StephenBrookeEditions.com, where I have some of my ebooks available. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.